Like I mentioned to you earlier on, I'm not the only trainer here. So for at least the Linux and the AWS, I'm going to introduce the trainer for those two courses. He will take over from now, and then he will train you to become sysops and cloud architect. At the point of infrastructure as code, I may come back to take over from there and take you infrastructure as code and CI, especially CI/CD. All right. But to learn Linux, you need somebody who has a lot of patience and who knows these things deep, and is readily available. All right. So what I want to do is introduce the trainer that will not be distracted like I would be with business and trying to pursue more trainings and all of that. But after I have given you the preparations that you need to do infrastructure as code and CI/CD, then I'll come and take it. I call them the big courses. All right. Well, you see already, it tastes of the pudding. I mean, the taste of the pudding is the eating. So I'm not going to say so much. You have had a bit of what I can deliver. You compare, and then you come back to tell me, wow. All right. But if there's any complaint or you feel that you are not flowing with class, please feel free. If you don't put your message on if you look for my number, yeah, I'm right there, Akin Aregbesola, on the forum, you can direct message me and tell me whatever your experience is. Okay, if you have any feedback that can help us improve, especially if it's complained about, oh, you don't like the way something is going, feel free. You paid for the service, so you should get the best service. But I'm assuring you, even in advance, that you are in good hands, and you will know from day one. It's not like tomorrow, or you will know after 1 week. You know from day one right away whether this is worth it or not. And it is the confidence that you build layer by layer by layer based on what you are getting from the trainer that ultimately prepares you for what you want to become at the end of 4 months. It doesn't just jump in after 4 months or in the 4th month. It starts from day one. All right. So Obafemi will be taking you Linux and AWS, and then of course, like we said, I'm monitoring as the dean, at the head of the department, as the prof, closely, and then you can always let me know if there's anything you need us to improve. All right. So I'll spend a few more minutes to take questions, and then I'll release the class to Obafemi so that you guys can can take it further from here. Whether he wants to go into practicals today and take you to Windows, which I would love, will not depend on how, because we don't want to leave anybody behind or to give the impression that we're in a rush. We have 4 months to cover these courses together. It's enough. And even if we have to extend that by a week or two, we don't mind at all. So there's enough time to cover everything that we've got, but we just want to make sure that we are not leaving anyone behind because we are focusing on, we don't want to be biased. So once we are sure that everybody understands the concept and we're ready to build another layer, we'll do. And that next layer will be going into cloud from day one and doing the practicals right away. All right?
Yeah. So I just want to know, like, if everyone in the class is, pursuing the DevOps, position with it.
Yeah, that's what we are doing. Whoever is here is for DevOps.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not, we don't have somebody just doing Linux and leaving or just doing AWS. The goal is DevOps. The goal is 6-figure job. And that's our strength, like I told you. Even though you become CSOS, you become cloud architect, the real thing you are taking from this training is to become DevOps engineer. So whoever is not getting there is not getting the best that we have. He just enjoys the preparation. Then what's the use preparing you if you are not going to get to DevOps? So DevOps is our strength. All the tools, all the servers and everything you need to become DevOps engineer, we have mastered them so well that we can now transfer the knowledge.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any certification we'll have to do after the program?
Yeah, we already answered that. Maybe you were not in class. The certification would be AWS Solutions Architect Associate level. Just that one certification
okay.
on top of the other knowledge is enough to prove to employer that you know what you are doing. You don't have to write many certifications. And then in my current class, 2 people already got job. I have not finished that class. I'm still in class. Should be finishing maybe after. Still have like 3 more lectures to go to finish the whole course. 2 people already got job, and none of them is certified because they have not even completed the training to go and write certification. So you could be lucky, but just put it in mind that you would write certification, even though there are some outstanding people that, wow, I mean, you show your understanding of concept and you can impress them and just get your job right. But don't take that for granted. It's still highly recommended that you write your certification. And when I say job, I mean 6-figure job, minimum 100,000. We don't mention jobs there because after all of this effort,
It must though.
yeah, yeah, it has to be 6-figure. There's so much. So we are not much. We are not a class of 30, a class of 25. Yeah, I used to have a class of 25 people at once when I was charging $600 per course. But I'd rather have 8 people, 7 people paying good money, and then I'll have high percentage of success. The class has not finished. Out of 7, 2 already got job. By the time the class finishes, the way they interact, the way they ask questions, the deep understanding, I'm already confident that they will get good jobs. So that's what the training is.
Quick question: do you guys help in resume building?
Definitely. Everything you'll be learning here is already in resume. The way you will put it one night, and by the time you wake up the next night, 5 calls are coming in. So what the training is doing is just preparing you to defend that resume. So the resume template is already waiting. Are you going to get calls when you put your resume, place your resume on job portal like LinkedIn? You'll be tired of getting calls. You'll be so tired. You'll be the ones picking. This call. I don't want to take Indian person call. You call me, you book an appointment with me before you call because the calls will be so many. Yeah, so we'll help you with resume, we'll help you with interview preparations, almost entirely throughout the training, but focus more on it at the end of the training because at that time you'd have covered all of the areas that you'll be interviewed on. Yeah, that will come in. So by the end of the training, by the time you will start doing, by the time we complete Kubernetes, we'll relax on the hard part of the training and make time for the soft skill part. So that's when we talk about building resume. Show you the resume. We'll go through the resume line by line and I'll ask you questions. Whatever you cannot defend, I'll say, okay, remove this line, you add this line or something. And by the time you are now leaving, we now know that you know.